everyone, welcome back to another episode of Grow with Kiwo. This is a channel where I talk everything, bringing knowledge, awareness and education to the violated, vulnerable and struggling youth as a means of dealing with these infractions. And today, I want to talk about something that has touched me personally. I want to talk about the trending video and photos of a girl that are going about social media and out of social media, where everybody, the hearsay facts of this story say that this girl administered tramadol on her baby in order to go clubbing. And by the time she got back from club, the baby had died. Now, villagers or let's say neighbors hear that the baby had died and everybody around jumps on the girl and starts beating her. Like mob justice, or let me say jungle justice, was muted on this girl. Thank God for law enforcement officers who intervened and took the girl to a nearby police station, where I hear she is currently suffering very bad condition, whatever. Now, there are many people, this thing is actually happening in Tiko, but there are people all over the world, Yaoundé and wherever in Cameroon and out of Cameroon, who have created their own part of the story. They do not have real fact, they do not have real evidence of this story, but they are going about talking about the girl, dragging
the boy
her
that
all
got
over.
her pregnant.
Nobody
is about
has
her age, and
real
so
facts
couldn't take care of her, couldn't
of
take
this story,
responsibility.
and nobody
And then the parents
has
of the
asked
girl, instead of
themselves
taking
what
care of their
this
child,
girl has
they
been
sent
going
the girl
through.
out of the
Nobody
house,
cares to know
where
what
she
her
had
life
to
has
fend for
been.
herself,
Nobody
paying her
cares
rent.
to know
She's
the
20
real
old
story.
with
Everybody,
a baby. I don't know
what
at
everybody
what time
is
she
just
left
going
the
about
house, maybe
saying
with the
is,
pregnancy
no,
or with the
this girl
baby
killed
already.
her baby.
I
How
don't
can
know,
she administer
but the
tramadol on her baby? Were you there?
Said to be 6 months old.
Do you know the
and this
truth?
girl is taking care of herself and
There
the
is
baby.
something in
All
Cameroon
right.
that we
she
call
leaves the baby at home and goes
human
clubbing.
rights.
Now,
And I think that
I want
in
us to take
the
a good
Ministry
look at
of
the
Justice,
pictures of this
there
baby.
is
This
a
baby does
commission,
not
there
in
is a
any way
department
looks like an
called
underfed
Department of
baby.
Human
This
Rights
baby does not
and
look like a baby
International
that is not
Cooperation
being
in
cared for.
Cameroon.
That baby
Now,
is even
another
looks
thing
too,
that we need to take note of is the
too
fact
cared
that
for
this girl
to be
is
this
a minor.
little girl's baby.
In Cameroon,
So
for
I
you
don't
to be an
think that
adult,
it is
you need to
enough
be 20,
for anyone. For all
21
we
years
know,
of
she
age.
would have
But
left
this
the house
girl,
and some other person
Isabella,
entered the
is
house
20
and
years
killed
old.
her baby. At that
Digging
point,
deep into
I
this
don't
girl's
think
life,
that, the society
she got
had the
pregnant,
right
she
to
got
beat
impregnated
her,
or
that
got
anybody
pregnant of
had
a
the
guy
right
who
to
is
even
of her
touch
age
her
and
at
could
all.
not take responsibility.
Because at that point,
now,
she's merely
her
a
parents
suspect.
threw her out of the
There's
house.
no proof
This girl is
that she
allowed
killed
on her own
child.
without
So
a
I
job
do not think
to
that the
fend
society
for
was
herself
right
and for
in
her
beating
baby.
her. And those who are
Now,
dragging
I am
her about,
not
calling
in
her
any
killer,
way
prostitute, runs
promoting
girl, and
what
all
she
of that.
did,
Please.
or trying to
You
say
do
that
not
she
have
did something
facts
good
of what
no,
you're talking
she
about.
did something very,
If you
very
don't
wrong.
have facts of what
But
you're
then,
talking about, do not
this
talk
is
about
so
it. I've
sometimes
decided to
judges
visit
people
magistrates
without knowing, without
I'm going
trying
to bring you
know,
about
like the
4
basis
different
or the
magistrates who will
conditions
give
under
us,
which
like,
people live in.
what the
I
law
am
says,
pained
what the law
more
has to say
especially by
concerning
this
this case,
personally,
and
by this case
give
because
us her rights. Like
I am
rights,
currently
because
working on
there is
a
something in
project
Cameroon that we call human
where
rights.
we're sensitizing
I mean,
youths. Let
where
me not
did
get
we
you
keep
into my
presumption of
project.
innocence
It's not
before just
something I want to talk
beating the
about on
girl?
social
No
media,
one knows
but
the
we're
kind of
currently sensitizing youths
situation
on,
this girl has been
the
through
dangers
at her age.
associated with
So please, let's
fornication.
listen to what
Because they are
this
grievous. We
magistrate
have
has to
HIV
say
and
about
other
this,
diseases,
tomorrow
and
I'll
then
be bringing
we
you
are also
another
equally
magistrate, and
sensitizing
later
them on the
I'll bring you,
dangers they are faced with, the dangers
spiritual
of
personnel
social media.
to also tell us what the
If you
Bible has to
hear,
say about this
if you
girl's
have the
case.
opportunity
Please
to
and learn.
listen
Thank
to
you.
stories of young girls of 17 and 16 who are already infected with the HIV virus and how they got infected, you would not sleep at night. There are times I get home and I'm unable to sleep because I ask myself so many questions. There is a lot going on in our society that people do not know about. But all they know how to do is judge people, judge others based on hearsay. Hearsay is not admissible evidence in any way. Hearsay has never been admissible evidence. So before you go about dragging this girl's name, I think that you should try to dig into her life to know what she has been going through. Obviously, she had no one. She had no one to advise her, to give her good advice. She was obviously in bad company and evil counsel. Because if her parents were there for her, and whoever told parents that when a child gets pregnant, it is enough reason for you to send the child out of the house. It is never enough reason and not a solution. Because if this girl were to be in the house, I am very, very sure that she would have avoided this. If her parents took good care of her after discovering that she had been impregnated, this would have been avoided. What about presumption of innocence? I think that the UN organization talks about presumption of innocence, and the Human Rights Commission is supposed to take utmost care, utmost importance, the rights of a minor in any cases of juvenile proceedings. But this girl was beaten. No one cared to know the shock she was going through after losing her baby. That is why I have implored the services of a magistrate to educate us all on social media, more especially the bloggers who are dragging this girl's name about, so that we can learn and know that she is only an accused. She's only a suspect. She was only a suspect at that time. It is now that she is awaiting trial. It is now that she is in detention where she's even a defendant. Preliminary inquiry is supposed to be obligatory. That is why I am imploring us all to listen to a magistrate, and this is not all. We're trying to shoot a video yesterday. I went to the Supreme Court to shoot the video, but we couldn't shoot because there was 1 or 2 issues. And you must bear with me. It's not easy to get a judge into your video just like that. You know, these people, hierarchical subordination and all of that. But videos are coming. I have judges. There are people who have accepted to talk to us and to help out in this girl's case, because she does not deserve what she is going through. She didn't deserve to be beaten. That was wrong. What happened to presumption of innocence? What happens to juvenile proceedings? Please, everyone, listen and learn. Thank you.
That it is illegal for anyone to be subjected to mob justice. Mob justice is illegal. There is no explanation to mob justice. Even if the lady took a knife and intentionally cut her baby to death, it is not the place of the community or the society to subject her to mob justice, because there is a power that has the responsibility to prove one guilty or not guilty and punish such a person if the person is found guilty. Subjecting somebody to mob justice is equal to taking the laws into your hands. It means you have already judged the person and put the person guilty. The law is so vast and provides reasonable lapse for the judge to ascertain the facts. And the law is vast and has provided reasonable lapse for the judge to ascertain a case and know whether or not one is guilty and should be punished. How? If they should punish, how? On what basis should they be punished? Why should the person be punished? And that is why in the same matter, one person has 15 years imprisonment, and in the same matter, another person has 5 years, because the judge is the one to appreciate the facts. When you begin to explain that this child has been driven from the house, she has to subject herself to prostitution, she had to take care of her child, and all that, it is not, the society does not have those facts. The society goes ahead to subject it to mob justice, looking at the dead baby. Whereas the judge in the same position looks at the dead baby and appreciates the facts that surround what happened. What is the background of this girl? Looks at all that before arriving at a judgment. which may not be, may not be as harsh as what the society has subjected the girl to. That is the responsibility of the church. So the place of the society, we already say that the right of the lady who is now the suspect, the right of the suspects have been violated by the society. When we hear that the judicial police had to seize her from the community, it means that her rights have already been violated. It's just okay to take her. It's just okay to take her to the nearest judicial police service, not to subject her to mob justice, to beat her up. The common man does not have the right to lay hands on anybody, and that is why the penal code provides punishment for every wrong that you do. Now, what is the procedure? She is a minor. She is before the judicial police, and at this stage she is called a suspect. She's still a suspect. So how do you beat somebody that you are suspecting? And what if they beat her to death? How do you beat? What if she went to the nightclub and the neighbor came to kill the baby? And the society has beaten her to death based on rumors. And that is why the law says that at the level of
So we all have
judicial
heard
police
from a legal
investigation,
personnel, from a
she
magistrate
is
who
a
has
suspect.
rights. I mean,
At this
who
level,
knows what should be done.
this is the
Please,
base, the
to all
first
those
level of
people
facts
dragging
finding.
this girl
Fact,
on
they are
social
gathering
media,
facts.
who
They
do
are
not know
gathering
the
facts.
circumstances under which she has
They will
been
gather the
beaten,
facts
who
and
do not
then
know the truth,
the
who
criminal
do not know
procedure
what
code,
really happened. Like I
as from
said, for all
section
you
700
know, somebody may have
ESEC,
entered her house and killed the child
provides
while
that
she was
a
in the
minor must
clubbing.
go through
Nobody knows.
preliminary
And who even
inquiry,
tells you
which is
that?
like
Who
a
even
further
tells you that she was
investigation, but this
in
time
a
done
happy
by a
clubbing? Probably
magistrate
she
called the
may be doing
examining
these
magistrate.
things to
He
fend
has
for
6 months,
herself and for
renewable
her
ones, to
child.
carry out this
You cannot
inquiry.
imagine a
And this
20-year-old taking
inquiry,
care of her rent,
now,
a
it is
20-year-old
examining
taking care of
magistrate
rent
who will
and
determine
a
where to keep
baby.
the
Me
defendant,
that I
because at
am
the
here,
level of
I'm not even
the examining
sure that
magistrate,
I can take care of a
she's no longer
baby
a suspect, she's
and
a
pay
defendant.
rent. Me that I am an
She
adult.
becomes a defendant
Not to
now.
talk of someone who is
At
not
this
even
stage,
an
the examining
adult.
magistrate is the one to
To
determine
take care of herself and
to
fend for a
determine
baby.
um,
That's too much.
where to place
So
her,
before
whether
we
to
judge
grant
this girl, I want us to
bail
look at her background
or
before we judge
to
her the way we're
remand.
judging her. Before we
And the
say
law
all the
says
things that
that
we are
in
saying
cases
about
of
her. Yes, what
capital
she did was
murder or
absolutely
assault
wrong.
occasioning
But
death,
me, I am pressing emphasis
that's the only
on the
condition
people who
where
were supposed
the
or
examining
the
magistrate should remand a
caregivers.
minor that is in between 12
Those people
to 14
neglected
years.
her. There's a lot of
Then above
negligence in
12 to
this
14,
case. People who
above
should have taken care of her, who are
14
rather
years,
beating her.
the examining
Okay, dear
magistrate can
people, stay
remand.
tuned as I'll be bringing you more
Above
insight, more videos on what
14
lawyers and
years,
magistrates have to say. I mean, what the law, let them
the
hear what
examining
the
magistrate
law
can
has to
remand.
say as to the rights of the baby, the rights of the mother, and the wrongdoings of the society, the parents, and
That
every other thing.
minors aged
All that has
between
to do
14
with this case.
and 18 years
Say
may be
no
remanded in
to
custody
jungle justice.
only if the
Can you hear
measure
me? Say
is
no to
considered
fornication next
indispensable.
month
Means that
as the challenges
the examining magistrate, if that girl is in between 14 and 18 years, the examining magistrate should remand her if the measures are considered indispensable. So if it arrives at the fact that the examining magistrate is the one to determine where to place this girl, whether to grant her bail, it's him to appreciate the facts and see whether it is really very necessary
had someone
that
to
this
talk
girl
to
be
her,
kept
she would have
to be
avoided,
remanded
at
in
best,
prison
that she would have
custody
avoided these
during the
evils
process
that has
of
happened. So please
the
let us say
preliminary
no
inquiry.
to all
So at this stage, you cannot
drug
say that
abuse, jungle
her rights are
justice,
violated because she's in custody,
sexual intercourse on the
or
social
to say
media,
that
and
it is
whatnot.
illegal for her
Thank
to
you
be in
so much.
custody.
Stay tuned as I'll be bringing
She
you
has to
more
finish
insight from
her preliminary
legal
judicial
personnel
police
and even
investigation, be
how
transferred to examining
things should
magistrate.
stay.
Examining
Please
magistrate
let us
finishes
not judge until we
preliminary
know,
inquiry
until we have evidence,
before sending
concrete
to court
evidence
for her to be heard.
concerning their situation.
So if she's in
Listen to
custody,
you. See
she'll be in
you in the
custody
next video. Bye bye.
either at the level of the judicial police or at the level of the examining magistrate. After that, she goes to court and be heard. But as I said, it is violation of her rights if anybody subjects her to mob justice.